All right, so get this. We're going deep on a total wild card today.
Oh, yeah.
It's this completely raw and unfiltered WhatsApp video
Right.
with a pretty popular music artist
Oh.
chatting with two podcast hosts.
Huh. Interesting.
It's really like a candid peek behind the curtain of celebrity life.
Totally. And what's so interesting about this video,
Yeah.
it's not a polished interview, you know?
Right.
It's just casual conversation.
Yeah.
Which could give us some really genuine insights
Sure.
into their personalities and maybe even like their strategies.
Yeah, and right away,
Yeah.
the artist keeps repeating, when.
When.
It's like this catchphrase or maybe like an inside joke.
Right.
But it definitely sets this like
It does.
lighthearted, mischievous tone.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
That when,
Right.
on the one hand, it could just be like a quirky thing.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it kind of makes you wonder
Totally.
if it's calculated, you know, like a way to control the narrative, even in this casual setting.
Yeah, and especially because they're being kind of coy
Yeah.
about where it came from.
Right.
They mention rubbing shoulders with Hollywood elites,
Ooh.
but they won't name names.
Hmm.
So it makes me think, are they trying to be a part of that scene?
Yeah.
Or are they already in it?
Right.
But they're just being strategic about who they align themselves with.
You've got a point there.
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more celebrities kind of crossing over
Right.
into different spheres of influence.
For sure.
It's not just music or film anymore.
Totally.
It's about building a brand, a lifestyle.
Right.
So maybe by keeping things vague,
Yeah.
this artist is trying to maintain that sense of mystery to appeal to a wider audience.
Okay, but then they start talking about this Chica Cheetah,
Chica.
peanut butter tequila that
Ah.
they're heavily promoting.
Oh, what?
Peanut butter tequila.
Peanut butter tequila.
Now, I'm not a tequila connoisseur, but even I can tell that's a pretty wild combination.
That is a bold choice.
Right?
And what makes it even more fascinating
Yeah.
is that they admit to not even drinking tequila.
What?
It's like, okay, is this a brilliant marketing tactic?
Right.
Are they leaning into the absurdity
Yeah.
to create like buzz and intrigue?
Totally.
Or do they genuinely see a market for this?
Yeah.
Even if it's not their personal cup of, well, tequila.
It's almost like performance art.
Totally.
They have a bottle like prominently displayed,
Yeah.
but no glass.
Right.
Makes you wonder, are they in on the joke?
Right.
Are they playing with our perceptions of like
Totally.
celebrity endorsements?
I think that's what makes this whole WhatsApp video so compelling.
Yeah.
We're constantly trying to figure out what's
Right.
genuine
Yeah.
and what's calculated.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle, but with tequila and peanut butter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. It makes you think about
Oh, yeah.
the lengths celebrities go to
Totally.
create a brand,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to something like
Yeah.
as unexpected
Right.
as peanut butter tequila.
I know.
It's like they're saying,
Yeah.
I'm so unique.
Uh-huh.
Even my tequila flavor
Yeah.
is out there.
And let's not forget, this is all happening in
Yeah.
a casual WhatsApp conversation with these two podcast hosts.
Right.
They have this like super relaxed vibe. It's
Yeah.
like they're just hanging out with a friend.
Totally.
It's a far cry from those
Right.
stiff and formal interviews we're used to seeing with celebrities.
Exactly. And that's what's so interesting
Yeah.
about the rise of podcasting.
Mhm.
It's created this space
Yeah.
for more authentic, unscripted conversations.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that's what drew this artist to this particular podcast?
It's possible. Maybe they saw it as a way
Fresh.
to reach a different audience, you
Yeah.
know, to show a more relatable side of
Right.
themselves. But then again, these podcast hosts are no slouches when it comes to creating buzz.
True.
Remember that whole bit about freestyling
Oh, yeah.
and suggesting alternative talents
Oh, my God.
for a potential adult film star guest?
That was
Yeah.
interesting.
It was clearly meant to be funny,
Yeah,
but it definitely pushed the boundaries
they did.
of what's considered acceptable.
Yeah, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it made me a little uncomfortable, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they're intentionally courting controversy as a
Right.
way to stand out
Right.
in the crowded podcasting world.
It's a risky strategy for sure.
Yeah,
Humor is so subjective.
right.
And what one person finds
Yeah.
funny,
Totally.
another might find offensive.
Yeah.
but maybe that's part of their appeal.
Right.
They're not afraid to take risks, to push the envelope. It's like they're saying, we're not your typical podcast.
Right.
And we're not going to play by the rules.
And that kind of ties back
to the artist, don't you think?
Yeah.
They also seem to be challenging expectations.
Right.
Especially with that straight-A student comment.
Straight-A student?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not the image that typically comes to mind.
Right.
When you think of a successful musician, an entrepreneur.
It's a good point.
Right.
It makes you wonder if that academic discipline is actually what's fueled their success. Maybe it's giving them the focus and work ethic to navigate the music industry and launch these unconventional business ventures.
It's like they're a walking contradiction.
Yeah.
Playful but strategic, casual but calculated.
Right.
And then just when you think you've got them figured out, they drop that blatant album plug at the end.
Classic. You can't fault them.
I know.
For a little self-promotion.
Right.
It's a reminder that even in this seemingly casual, unfiltered setting, they're still aware
of their brand and their audience.
It's a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of celebrity.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Like we're peeling back the layers of an onion.
Yeah.
But each layer reveals something new and unexpected.
Yeah. It really does make you think, doesn't it? Like, are we getting a real glimpse into this artist's world? Or is this all just like a performance?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Right.
And there's not really like an easy answer. You know?
Right.
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, we see moments that feel authentic. Like that playful personality.
Right.
And even like that straight-A student comment.
Yeah.
But then there are other moments that feel more calculated.
Yeah.
Like those vague references to Hollywood elites.
Yeah.
Or that whole peanut butter tequila thing.
Right. It's almost like they're playing a character.
Yeah.
Even when they're supposed to be off script.
You know, it's interesting to think about it that way.
Even in a casual setting like this, celebrities are always aware of their image.
Right.
They know anything they say or do could be like scrutinized, analyzed, you know.
So are we being like manipulated?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I think it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
You know, even if they're playing a role, there are bound to be cracks in that facade.
Right.
Little moments where their true selves shine through.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fleeting expression.
Yeah.
Flip of the tongue.
Right.
A glimpse of vulnerability, you know?
So it's up to us, the audience, to decipher those clues.
Exactly.
To kind of read between the lines.
And that's part of what makes celebrity culture so fascinating, right?
Yeah.
It's this constant push and pull between image and reality.
Totally.
We're drawn to their larger-than-life personas, but we also crave authenticity, you know?
Right.
Those little glimpses of humanity that make them relatable.
This whole deep dive has been a wild ride.
It has.
We've gone from celebrity branding to podcasting's evolution, even touched on the psychology of humor and self-promotion.
It's amazing how much we can glean from a single, seemingly insignificant WhatsApp conversation.
It really is. It's a reminder that even in the most casual interactions, there are layers of meaning waiting to be unpacked.
And as we've learned today, sometimes those layers can be pretty complex and contradictory.
So the next time you're watching a celebrity interview or scrolling through their social media, just remember, there's always more to the story than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge your assumptions, and draw your own conclusions.
Because ultimately, it's up to you to decide what you believe, what resonates with you, and what you take away from the experience.
Well said. And on that note, I think we've reached the bottom of this deep dive.
I think so.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And remember to keep those critical thinking caps on.
Yes.
You never know what fascinating insights might be lurking
right
just beneath the surface.